Okay, we are recording.
Alright. Yeah, you're good. I know it's a process.
It takes a minute to go live. There we go.
Alright, perfect. Well, this is the Curriculum and Learning Committee meeting. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. We are located at the School District of Menominee Falls, Conference Room 3344-3345, Pilgrim Road, Menominee Falls. There's a possibility that a quorum of the full membership of the Board of Education may be in attendance at board committee meetings, including virtual meetings. There will be no full board action taken at any board committee meeting. Only members of the committee may vote on any item on the agenda. A live broadcast will be streamed on the school district YouTube page. To watch the recorded meeting, please visit the SDMF YouTube site. And the time is 5:31. Was the meeting properly posted?
Yes.
All right. So to call the meeting to order, the first item is the minutes approval. And so I am making a motion for the approval of the minutes with the correction of Joel Leopard's last name on the meeting minutes.
Yep.
I need a second.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That motion has passed. So for the discussion items this evening, we have the Fall Summer Academy 2025 presentation.
Yes, so as we have for the last many years, we had a great Fall Summer Academy, which is our summer school programming. And so every year at this time, we bring forward the report to share with you. And Laura Alba Garcia continues to serve as our summer school coordinator. She does a fabulous job, so I'm really gonna turn it over to her here.
All right.
Perfect, so as soon as there we go.
All right.
There we go.
So we'll talk through just a quick overview of our program design. Both of you have been on the committee before, so you know how it kind of operates. Our enrollment trends for this year, the feedback from families, financials, and then planning for next summer. So for our 2025 program, we offered courses for K4 through 8th grade and then 9th through 12th, which we always do. K4 through 8th grade is always in person. We do have some virtual courses that are offered for 9th through 12th graders, including 21st Century Wellness, online learning, and Quest courses. This year, we also did offer new courses at every grade level, which was awesome. We had a lot of involvement, especially at the middle school, where we expanded a lot of different courses around athletics, some math classes, science, and then we offered 2 foods courses this year, which were very popular.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
What were the dates of the summer activities? Was it?
It was the second to last week of June to July 3rd. Sorry, I gotta look back at the.
Yeah, because it was like 10 days.
Was it
was
9 days and 10 days?
Yeah.
9
Yep.
days and 10 days. Yep. So June would have been the 16th. No, I'm
The
sorry,
23rd.
the 23rd through the 3rd. And then the 7th through the 18th.
Yeah.
Because we got out, we started a week later than we typically do because school let out later than it typically had in the past.
Right.
So at the high school, we offered a yearbook course. That was the first time we'd offered it. And then at elementary, we added Wags and Tales, which was a reading class with the Valley View Therapy Dog, which was quite popular. I'm sure you can imagine. So for enrollment trends, our number of course enrollments decreased, but the number of participating students remained steady. So when we say course enrollments, that could be one student signing up for 3 or 4 courses or one student signing up for 1 course, depending on schedules. A typical course enrollment for a session would probably be 2 courses on average.
And is that because some classes hit capacity maybe, or?
Yep, I'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So this is a course enrollment by level. It kind of gives you the breakdown of where we saw some of our trends change. Our elementary is always in a high demand area, so those high demand courses continue to fill to capacity. And the courses that were too low in enrollment, we gave families the ability to switch into another course. So we allowed them to continue scheduling. It wasn't just a straight cancel. We tried to find courses they were interested in and that we had space. At the middle school level, because of the storms in August, we had to cancel our sneak peek class, and that class would have been about 167 kids. So that was the biggest impact why you see that blue line kind of fall. Because if we had been able to run it, we would have been on more of a steady trajectory there.
So if this was June through July,
So sneak peek is the only class that we run in
Okay.
August for North.
okay,
Because they need time to be able to turn over everything before they want the kids to come in to see the new setup for the new school year.
I see,
It's
that
a-
makes sense then.
Yeah, incoming sixth graders and any students new to the district that would be attending North are welcome to enroll in that class. And that enrollment stays open significantly later, so that any
Sure.
summer enrollments still have the ability to be able to go into that class.
And that's the same for the high school, the sneak peek is in August.
Nope, their sneak peek runs, they have more sessions of
Oh,
sneak peek.
correct, okay.
Yep, so theirs
Right.
does run in that June and July window.
And
Theirs is like a 3-day sneak peek, so 3 days offered 4 times, 1 each week of those summer sessions.
Roughly how many students have attended that in the past, couple hundred?
For high school, it's on
Oh,
the
for middle
lower, middle school, we average between like 150 and 175.
Okay, so yeah, that would skew these numbers for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, so circumstances beyond our control, but
Yep.
canceling at that point was the right decision overall.
right.
yeah. Alright, and then this is the enrollment trend that breaks it down by enrichment versus recovery. At the elementary level, all of our courses are enrichment courses. At the middle school level, we offer academic support class for math and for reading. And then at the high school, we have those credit recovery courses for students that need to make up credits to be able to graduate on their projected timeline. So at the middle school, our enrichment course enrollment decreased, but that includes that sneak peek that we didn't run. And our support course enrollment remains stable. Our high school enrichment also decreased. We did have some fewer course offerings at the high school. Some of it was around coaching, like we didn't run our high school girls basketball class as we have in the past, but they were going through a coaching change. And Derek said he would continue with elementary and middle school, but they had thought a coach might come in. So that changed a little bit, and then we offered 21st Century Wellness, which is our online course for our health credit. It's a credit accrual course that students can take to open up some of that time in their schedule for the next year. This past summer, we offered 2 classes worth, which is about 60 students. The year before, we had opened up a 3rd class because we were adjusting to some staffing needs to allow more students in to offset what the regular school year scheduling would look like.
Sure,
So we knew we would see those decrease.
okay.
The need wasn't the same, so,
Yes.
and yeah, that had definitely been an increase from what we had done before, so.
Yeah.
So those things will happen from time to time.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So on the satisfaction side, our graph looks a little different this year. So ultimately, 95% of our families indicated they would recommend Fall Summer Academy. You can see the enrichment satisfaction, the red line increased. The blue and the green line came to a stop because between 2024 and 2025, we switched from using Monkey Survey to using Google Survey as a cost savings, in conjunction with what C&Rec is doing. And so in our new survey, we combined the credit recovery and support, so we didn't separate out and pinpoint families quite as much. So we put them together. While our enrichment, line will continue, we'll see a new line develop with that combined credit recovery and support line. The purple dot is where the satisfaction survey was for that combined group. It's on the lower side for us. We did have only 5 responses for that category. So one of the responses seems to have been an error. That was one of the low satisfaction, because the person had marked that they attended elementary school and we only offer the combined support and credit recovery in middle and high school.
Sure.
So, not sure what happened there, but it did impact our percentage.
Okay.
And then we did have one other family that had feedback around some scheduling stuff with high school, so we're working through that to make sure that we can address it for next year.
But overall satisfaction continues to remain high, which is great. That's part of what we hope for.
And the academic support and credit recovery, those are all in person, correct? Nothing's
Yes.
virtual yet?
Yep, they're all the kids are on site all the kids are on site for credit recovery. They do have some computer components they do within the class, but they're here.
Okay. Awesome.
Alright. And then for financials, we consider like our net impact was positive at $107,000. And you can kind of see the trends over the past couple of years. We knew that we would probably be a little bit on the lower side this year because the whole equation they use to determine that is based off of student minutes, and we ran one day shorter this year than we had in the past.
Sure.
Which impacts the amount of minutes we can count to be able to put towards the funding. So we ran 19 days instead of 20 days, and then we canceled those 2 classes in August that we had talked about. So we knew we would be a little lower, and we were expecting that. But we did meet the need that the business office had given us for what our net financial impact should be, so we are in a good spot.
Okay, good.
Alright, and I'm planning for summer 2026. Summer school planning never ends.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. We talked about the dates in the last meeting because we wanted to get those out to families right away. So those have been publicized already in the district-wide newsletter that goes out in October, and then they'll be publicized again in November coming up here. And then principals were also asked to share it in their newsletters to families so that they'd get it another way also. Locations will be determined based on construction and maintenance schedules. We did connect with Chris, and that'll probably come out sometime in January.
Okay.
And then as far as planning for summer 2026, we always review course enrollments to be able to expand popular classes wherever we can or add new ones. And then also with the WIAA's rule changes last summer about coach and student contact minutes, we're looking to collaborate with student athletics and Mr. D'Amato to be able to increase sports course offerings to our students. Yeah,
What was the change with that, do you know?
they went, sorry.
No, go ahead.
They went from very specific minutes they were allowed to connect with students over the summer to unlimited minutes.
Oh, good.
So that opens up some scheduling availability within summer school.
Yeah.
But then we also need to take into account not overstepping onto like camps they already run and C and rec programs that they already run with the new ruling.
Yeah.
So don't anticipate like huge major
Sure.
things, but there
But
are,
we can offer some more.
correct, there's some opportunities there, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've already had our first meeting around that, so that was fantastic.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then as far as, I know it's really early to tell, but the interest level of staff and feeling that out, any anticipated concerns or?
Last summer actually went probably the best we've had since 2020, yeah.
Okay.
Since 2020. As far as interest, our new courses that were offered were a lot of new staff members who had come into the district and wanted to work summer school also. So they had proposed the new courses. And then we were also, we always post for anything that we aren't able to fill internally through WeCan, and we had interest there also. So I'm hoping that we can continue with that trajectory.
Okay.
We do our best to never cancel courses. And I don't believe we canceled any courses this year due to staffing. Sometimes we canceled due to low enrollment, but we didn't have to get rid of anything. So that was
Sure.
good.
Yeah.
Gave our families the most options we could.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right. Any other questions, Joel?
No, it looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
Good job.
Thanks
Appreciate it.
for all of your background and research and keeping a pulse on things, and the
Laura,
new
we're
offerings are always just exciting for
Super
families to look
much.
forward to as well, and it sounds like maybe some more sports opportunities are coming our way,
Yeah.
so.
There's be some good opportunities. I heard really some good opportunities for collaboration too with athletics in our office and Z and Rex. I think that's great. So
Yeah.
Laura, just a shout out to Laura. She always does such a fantastic job of keeping all of these pieces together. There are so many logistics around this that it can be really challenging. So I appreciate all of her hard work.
Oh, yeah, for sure, and then you wait till January when you find out where everything is gonna happen, and then it's go time
It really
again.
does. As soon as this report is done, then the next, it's time to start thinking and planning again. So,
Yeah.
But she keeps everything on track, really well organized. So,
Excellent.
Yes, thank you. All right, we have a light agenda tonight, so the next item up for discussion is just the committee agenda items.
yes.
Kind of looking forward here.
So we did have a light night tonight, and I think that was just because of how things sometimes fall together, the start of the year, et cetera. So I really appreciate your patience and do want to just say that I think November is going to be a busy month. But we do want to bring forward an update on what our physical education team has been working on, because they've been looking at their most recent release of standards and kind of their priorities, and so we've done some work around that. That started last year, so I want to bring that so you can hear what they've been working on, just kind of behind the scenes. We'll have our title report, which is the federal funding that we receive within curriculum and learning, and so we typically have brought that in November, so that's kind of an annual piece. I think we will be bringing forward our 4K report card. Last year, we said we were gonna pilot a report card, and we did that, and I think we're bringing it forward with no changes. But
Okay.
so I wanna close out that process. And then I did just receive a course request from the high school. It was a tech class around AI and data science, so I
Okay.
just got that. Need to work in the last week or so, need to work on a couple of pieces of that, and then that's ready to bring in November.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. And then I do believe we will also have an ELA and Act 20 update, because we did our first round of reading screening for
Okay.
Act 20. That is just finishing up.
So possibly November for that too.
Yeah, I think that'll be November, so like I said, I
Sure.
think it's gonna be a busy night.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that's sometimes just how it falls.
Right.
I think November and December will be very heavy months,
Sure.
because I think in December, just looking ahead, we had talked about doing our annual kind of update on academics. Once everything's been released, report card should be released by that time, and doing that report here rather than in the full board.
Sure.
So
That makes sense.
I don't think that's on our list necessarily, but that was something that I think Mr. Munoz and I had talked about, and I think he had talked about with the board president, so.
Sure.
I think that's on our year-long board agenda, so that's what I know. I
Yeah.
don't know what else you
Yeah, that
have,
sounds
if
good.
anything.
Yeah, it's obviously just good to get all the updates as things come through, and it'll be just kind of interesting to see how the results come in for the, the report cards and and honestly, with that new course request, that technology piece is just gonna continue to grow. And then equipping the students for what they need beyond high school is gonna continue to grow that demand. So it'll be interesting to see, all the ideas behind that and
For
what
sure, those
that
things change
entails.
so quickly.
It does.
Typically, we, try to do things and like as we've done these last couple of years in those 7-year cycles, but sometimes these tech pieces, like that's not fast enough. So they do have a course that they wanna switch out, and so we're
Yeah,
always thinking, so I try to honor those whenever I can, because I think they're really keeping up to date, and keeping the kids up to date on what they need and then moving forward, so.
Yeah.
That's exciting. There are a few details to work out, but I think I anticipate bringing that, so.
sure.
The one I'm really interested in is the virtual learning stuff.
Right, so that
Oh,
is
yeah.
still
See
in
fall
progress.
2025, so.
So I think that is still in progress. This is when Laura and I have been working on some of the financial pieces of that,
Okay.
and that's kind of the next step before we can at her blessing, you know, and it's hard to move forward.
Well, and my understanding of that too is it's more costly than you would anticipate with just having that implemented.
Right.
Because of the resources behind it to make that possible.
And we're really looking at partnering with another organization, but that requires our resources then our financial
Sure.
resources to go to them. So that's something we've got to think carefully about.
Yeah.
So,
And then another subscription.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, kind of. So, we do currently have through Wisconsin Virtual School some single classes that kids are
Right.
taking for a variety of reasons.
Sure.
So we do offer that partnership now, but this would be a full-time
Mhm.
option. So I think there are still some pieces that I need to get more go-ahead before I move forward with that. So I'm still hopeful that's a fall piece, but
Sounds good. All right.
lots happening on,
Yes, the October and November,
yeah,
or November and December.
November, December, I think are gonna be very heavy months for us.
Yeah.
I think that's exciting. So, there is a lot of really good work happening. I'm really pleased with everything that's happening, so,
Sweet,
and I'm pleased with the scores I've seen. So
Good,
that's
good.
That's
I like to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, we're making progress.
Making progress, and with
Absolutely.
all of the curriculum adoption that we've
Yes.
done in the previous couple of years, now to see the
Yes.
fruits of all of that.
We are
Hard
starting.
work.
We are starting to see that, so that's very exciting.
That's good.
Just with all the new curriculum, have we gathered feedback from the schools on how that's been going?
Yeah, so we get informal feedback all the time, right?
Okay.
Because our coaches are constantly working with our teachers around that. Typically, in the second year, we've gathered information that's kind of on our
Okay.
plan this year is to gather more formal feedback from staff and, because we did a survey before we started, right, with the pilot.
Right,
And before we even started piloting, so we've done a couple and now we usually give it a little bit of time, but that is on the agenda for at least new ELA curriculum. To kind of do a
Yeah.
more formal survey this year.
Yeah, and I think that would be something to bring to this committee too,
For sure.
just to see how the staff are feeling.
Yeah.
I know sometimes
Change
can be
is hard, and so you wanna
hard.
time that because, you know,
Right.
there's an implementation dip before you feel
There
confident
is.
using it,
Right,
so.
right.
And there was a lot of new standards and new expectations
Wow.
that needed to be implemented, and that takes time.
And Act 20 piece was huge.
That was huge and that, I think it's the right work in a lot of ways, but it was all new at a crucial time because we had many ELA curriculum as well.
Cool,
So,
yeah.
you gotta give it a little bit of time to get comfortable.
Sure, sure.
Tease out just the new versus the, you know, what really we need to supplement. And no curriculum is perfect, we know that, so
Right.
there are constantly things within our resource like, oh, we need to tweak this and maybe look at how we can boost this piece and those
Sure.
kinds of things. But overall, I think it's doing what we need it to do.
Good.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, well, thank you for the updates. With that, I just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Third? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned at 5:54 PM. And that may have been the shortest meeting on record. Next month,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
December,
we are
we will